High school football is back on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Tonight, from Grandy Field in Columbia City, Indiana, it's the Eagle Bowl as the Delta Eagles take on the Columbia City Eagles. Good evening and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight for our lid lifter of 21-22 school year high school sports coverage. We got COVIDed out a week ago as Westdale was set to play Clinton Prairie and had the game called off because of COVID-19. But both these teams are ready to go tonight. It's a very hot, steamy night. We'll fill you in after the national anthem. Played by our CCHS marching band under the direction of Chris Douglas. Nicely done by the band here at Columbia City High School. It's a gorgeous night for football. It is not October. It is blazing dog days, hot August here tonight. Game time temperature well into the upper 80s. As a former weatherman, I can tell you the heat index pushed 100 here today, and it's probably still in the neighborhood of 95 degrees. Players will really have to hydrate well tonight to avoid cramping problems, and I'm sure the officials will give them extra water breaks as they see fit in this matchup of 1-0 football teams tonight. How did they get here? Well, Delta opened last week with a blowout win over Muncie Central. There's a lot of similarities in these teams, not just the nicknames. They're both 1-0. They both got behind in their opener and came back to win. Muncie Central goes up 6-0 early on Delta. Chris Overholt's Eagles roll off 49 straight points to win by a final score of 49-6. The script was very similar for Brett Fox's Columbia City Eagles. They got behind 7-0 to Churubusco in the first quarter of their opener and then scored 26 points back-to-back unanswered in the second half to go on to win 26-7 in their opener for the Eagles in maroon and gold. Old gold, Vegas gold, if you will, and Delta in the navy blue and more traditional gold across the way tonight at a beautiful stadium. This school and the complex, athletic complex, are less than 2 years old, and it's a fantastic facility. Artificial turf here on the football field. It is laid out north to south, so Delta across the way will be staring into the sunshine, and it won't be easy. Let me tell you right now. Any throws tonight before sundown from near side to far side are going to be tough to see as that sun drops and the angle gets very low. Any kind of a sideline route is going to be tough. So we'll see how the teams adjust to that. But The first 5 to 7 yards of the field here on the near sideline are already in the shadow of the grandstand. And as we await the teams coming back out of the locker rooms to finish their warm-ups and get this one underway, of course, that shadow will creep all the way across the field ultimately. There's a great crowd here tonight, especially on the Columbia City side of the stadium. They're celebrating their 100th year of high school football here in Columbia City. They're rightfully proud of that and their new school and facilities. They'll have a little extra time at halftime because of that, but congratulations to them for getting to the century mark. And, not everybody can say that. So well done to the folks here at CC. We also want to say right up front, thanks to Kelly Leach, who's the athletic director here at Columbia City. If that name sounds familiar to you Delaware County people, he coached and taught at Muncie South for quite a while, back earlier in the 20s here. So, and back into the teens, the 2 teens. So, track, cross country, he's a long-time name there. And a lot of people, I'm sure, especially the old rebels in the audience, will remember Kelly Leach. But thanks to him and his staff for their hospitality here tonight. They've got enough pizza here to feed half the town, which has about 10,000 people in it. Tells you how much people are coming in here and wolfing down some hospitality at the pizza here tonight. Mentioned that weather is going to be, a real factor. You play these early season games. Football season starts in summer, and it ends basically sometimes in cold winter-like conditions in late October into November. So it's to me, it's the most challenging season for these kids from year in and year out. They have to deal with all of it from start to finish. And man, playing on a night like this, you get a sweat going, just blinking, aerobic blinking. But man, what a great night to play. There's no threat of any rain right now, just a few high broken clouds. The biggest concern on a night like tonight is an air mass thunderstorm, and if you get one, you get a downpour, but you also get lightning, and that means a delay. But we don't think we're going to have any trouble with any of that here tonight in Columbia City. So hopefully kids will stay well, no one will get hurt, and we'll have an enjoyable broadcast for you here tonight on the Delco Preps channel. There are other games around the county tonight. Yorktown is down the road 5 miles at Ball Recreational Field to take on Muncie Central. You hear the crowd here coming to life. That means that Columbia City will be out here shortly. It's a scheduled 7:30 kickoff, and we're only about 7 minutes from that now. Yorktown at Muncie Central. Tri-Central at Westell, as Ryan Cole, the new head coach at Westell, tries to get his first W in his first high school career coaching job and first game, matter of fact, tonight. So good luck to him and them as they get set to go too. See Delta across the way coming out of the locker room. The Eagles came up and were a little late getting here, according to Chris Overholt, but they will make do. And we'll be about set to go as the kids from Delta wear the road uniforms tonight. Dark blue pants, white jerseys, dark blue lettering, gold trim, dark blue helmets is your fashion report for the Delta Eagles tonight. Columbia City hasn't come out yet. They have an inflatable eagle's nest down here in the corner of the end zone with the inflatable claws, the talons. But they have not come to the edge of it to take the field just yet. They are decked out in maroon and old gold, a very pale gold. But I'm sure they're chomping at the bit in the near side locker room. You hear Delta taking the field. Led out on the field by Dylan Maynor. And probably 50 to 60 strong tonight in the traveling unit for the Eagles with dark blue instead of maroon. We'll wait for the Eagles from Columbia City to get out and do their last minute stretching. Here's how Delta will line up tonight offensively. Caden Bond will be the quarterback. Dylan Maynard the fullback, with Quinn Backus and Abram Stitt at wingbacks. The receivers are Parker Folletic and Jalen Jones. Up front offensive line, Cameron Wilson the center. Grant Markham and Hunter Wallace are the guards. Isaiah Brewer and Corbin King will be the tackles for the Delta Eagles. Defensively tonight, for Delta, up front, Ben Morris and John Raines will be on the ends. Inside, it's Hunter Wallace and Isaiah Brewer. The linebacking core is Titus Hill, Dylan Maynard, and Carson Wheat. The secondary has Wyatt Bilby and Blake Jones at cornerbacks. Parker Folletic and Ian Renbarger are the safeties for the Delta defense tonight. Offensively, for Columbia City, they will send out their big, strong quarterback, Greg Bolt, 6'5", 220, and a senior. Ethan Sievers will be their running back, with Colton Piper and Abe Barrera also at running back. Peyton Shearer and Hunter Heron set to start at ends. Peyton Shearer is the tight end. Hunter Heron is the wide out. And up front, Jack Maley, the center for the burgundy version of the Eagles. Ian Clifford and Camden Judge are the guards. Cole Mosier and Hunter Strack are the Columbia City tackles. And defensively, for Columbia City, they've got Cole Mosier and Easton Carnahan at ends. On the inside of the defensive line, Ian Clifford and Riley Tucker. The linebackers are Dominic Chacon, Josh Arntz, Ryan Elston, and Brody Barker. And a three-man secondary with Colton Piper and Ben Christen at cornerback. And their free safety is Brock Ewer. He's also a senior. And you hear the crowd come to life now as Columbia City takes the field. The first two guys out carrying American flags. And we're about set to go. You get the feeling after 18 months of pandemic chaos and craziness that people, A, just want to get out of the house and see a good game, hence the big crowd. And B, these kids are chomping at the bit to play. They really enjoy lacing them up and getting it on against each other in the game tonight. Now, as I look down on the field, I see number 4, Gregory Bolt, walking around without shoulder pads on. So he obviously is not going to start at quarterback. So much for the projected starters and the two deep. It just went spinning down the facilities. About set for the captains to come out. You hear the fireworks in the background. And by the way, I want to thank the production assistance by the local radio guys here at Columbia City, WJHS 91.5 FM and Radio J. Told him I'd plug him, and I did. And they're allowing us to use one of their wireless mics tonight so we can stay cool in the press box and still bring you the sounds of the game here tonight. Glad you're along with us. Thanks for joining me in the co-pilot seat. Grab a cold Pepsi and maybe a second helping of dinner, whatever it was, and settle back and enjoy the game. Let us know either on YouTube or on Twitter at Delco Preps where you caught the game. I'd love to hear from you and hope you get some enjoyment out of it here tonight. Around the county, around the state, around the world, in fact, depending on your situation. The captains are at midfield about to do the reenactment of the toss. It was won by Columbia City, and they have deferred. And that means Delta is going to get the ball first in this game tonight. We're just a few moments away from getting this one underway. Delta last week ran for 402 yards as a team. Stitt was the top ground gainer a week ago with 165 yards on only 10 carries, a couple of long touchdown runs. And, of course, their sophomore quarterback, Caden Bond, did a terrific job, accounted for 3 scores, ran for 2, threw for another, and had a really nice varsity debut for Chris Overholt's ball club. Delta will not only receive the ball, they will apparently go to the north end of the field to start the night as we prepare to get this one underway. Want to say a couple of things about our plans in the future. Of course, they're all tentative, as I wrote on Twitter, with COVID and all the stuff going on with COVID. We've already had a day of game cancellation week one. So all broadcast plans are tentative. We flex our schedule in every sport every year, trying to get the best, most competitive game for you week in and week out. So we hope that you enjoy that. Watch me on Twitter at Delco Preps, and I'll keep you posted throughout the week on our plans, and also give you a chance to vote on your choice for DC Football Player of the Week. This week it was Joey Hazen from Yorktown. We're into the opening kick. It's long, high, deep. It'll twist over here toward the near sideline, land in the end zone for the touchback, and Delta will open its first drive at the 20-yard line. So again, Caden Bond will come out tonight and lead the offense. Not the biggest guy, not your traditional pocket passing 6'5" kind of guy like Brady Hunt, but at 5'10", 180, and a sophomore, he's plenty elusive. One man, make it too wide, far side. Here's a toss sweep to the near side. It's Stitt. He's hit, turning the corner, dropped the ball. It's on the ground. Columbia City says they've got it. Let's see who has it. They come up with it. Columbia City forces a fumble and recovers on the opening play of the game. Wow. How do you like that? This defense forced 6 turnovers last week, and they've got number 7 here on the opening play of the night. Wow. 1st and 10, Columbia City. Fantastic field position at the Delta 22-yard line. Let's see what they do with it. Sweep right. Man nearly got him in the backfield, and now they are going to get him on the edge. A nice play coming up that time to play the sweep defensively. Terrific play by Wyatt Bilby for a tackle for loss. It's a -3. And that'll bring up 2nd down and long. Piper, the backup quarterback, and he's going to be smothered in the backfield as he hands it off to Barrera. Barrera tackled for another loss back around the 30-yard line. So Columbia City is moving in reverse right now. 3rd down, 18. Piper with time to throw. He throws over the head of his intended receiver, Peyton Shearer, down around the 10-yard line. And that should bring up a 4th down. So sputter on the opening possession for Columbia City. They're going to try a field goal on 4th down, and this is a 47-yard attempt. That's pretty long for a high school kid. Let's see how it goes here. High snap, kick on the way. It's low and it's short, no good. We'll take our first break. 10:52 left in the first quarter. Scoreless here on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the game. We're underway, and Delta goes to work on the second offensive series of the night and a 1st down carry for a gain of 4 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Delta had 15 tackles for loss in their win last week over Muncie Central. They have 2 already, and they needed them big time. here in the early going. Bond at her center, a man in motion, and a flag thrown before the snap. And we'll wait for a signal. Offside against Delta. That'll be their first penalty tonight. Second and 11 yards to go for Delta, which fumbled on its first play from scrimmage, but survived it on a missed field goal. This time they send Bond back in the pistol with one running back next to him. He fakes a handoff, tries left side, can't even get to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be brought down for a loss of a yard on a nice play inside by Columbia City. And that'll make it 3rd and long. Ball sitting at the Delta 18-yard line. No score. 9:30 to go, first quarter. Bond has a man wide either side with a running back next to him. He'll roll left. This time it's not Bond. We've got a new quarterback in the game. It's going to be a keeper and a no gain that time. As Columbia City did a nice job to bottle that up that time. That was Cameron Wilson on the carry. 4th and 12. Punt formation. Back to punt at around the 5-yard line. And a deep man at around the 43 in Columbia City territory. Long snap count. Pooch kick, rugby style. It'll come down at around the 40-yard line. The return to the 50. Heading to the far sideline. Daylight to the 40. Being run down out of bounds at around the 41-yard line. So a nice turn that time in terms of field position for Columbia City. They get a nice return out of that. 18-yard return, and they'll open this drive at the Delta 42-yard line. So in 2 possessions, Columbia City has had great and then really good field position early in this contest. Delta's defense will have to go back to work again and get something done. They survived a lost fumble in the first minute of the game. Let's see what Columbia City does with it. Sweep left, another tackle for loss in the backfield. A beautiful job defensively by Ben Morris, who got behind the line of scrimmage and brought down the ball carrier for a 5-yard loss. Back to the 47. On second down, a fumbled exchange, a big pile up around the center at around the line of scrimmage. It'll be recovered by Columbia City. That's their first fumble, but they managed to hold on to it. It makes it 3rd and 15 at the Delta 47-yard line. 7:38 clock running here in the opening period. Ball right on the crown in the middle of the field between the hash marks. Receiver is wide right here. Play action, rolling right, in trouble. The quarterback's going to be buried back there as Piper is sacked at around the 47-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss. Sack -6. And that does it for him again. And 4th down and long. 4th and forever. So another good defensive series for Delta. They've come to show some snarl. 22 yards to go. Line of scrimmage on the punt down here is the 46 in Columbia City territory. Punt on the way. High. It'll be allowed to come down and hit at the 15, roll inside the 10, roll down inside the 5, and a good coverage team play to let it roll all the way to the 2-yard line. 7:07 to go. Scoreless game. Back with more after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
First down keeper by Cameron Wilson, the Delta quarterback, on in relief of Bond. He does the same thing here. A gain of 5, and now about a 4-yard gain. It appears he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Wilson is in at quarterback now for Delta. Bond ran the first series of downs. And it looks like they're going to use multiple quarterbacks at least early on here on 3rd and 1 at the Delta 11-yard line. Waiting on the snap, Wilson gives straight ahead. It looks like it's Maynor who barrels his way forward. It was Maynor for the first down all the way to the 16-yard line. So that's a gain of 5 for Maynor and the first down of the night for the Delta Eagles as they try to get a drive going. 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's a give to the right side and no running room whatsoever that time. That was Nolan Carpenter, who went nowhere fast. They're going to give him a gain back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. 5 different guys have carried the ball for Delta already as they spread the wealth. On 2nd and 10. Play action, rolling to the far side, wants to throw it. He's not going to be able to get rid of it. It's going to be a sack in the backfield as Cameron Wilson is taken down back there. Jackson Moore getting credit for the stop. It's a sack. They're going to give him a 3-yard loss. 3rd and long. Men wide on either side, single setback for Delta as they try to convert on 3rd and long. Rolling to the near side, firing out here, caught it around the 24-yard line. A nice diving catch that time. Takes it all the way to the 24. 4th and 2. Long count. Now a whistle and a timeout taken by Delta. We'll take the break with them. 4:17 to go first quarter. A scoreless game. Eagles and Eagles on the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
4th down, and Chris Overholt has elected to go punt here on 4th and about 2. Quinn Backus is the Delta punter. Line of scrimmage is the Delta 24. He'll stand at about his 13-yard line. There's the snap to him. Another rugby punt. High wobbler. It'll come down at around the 45-yard line. The return man can't get much going to around the 47. Flags come flying in as well. That may be Usually it's a blocking penalty in a position like that. Let's wait and see what the officials unwind here. Holding against Columbia City. Their first penalty of the night. Had a couple of punts. A turnover on downs. Well, now we have some. The plot thickens. It's Caden Bond is the quarterback. He just switched jerseys. In the meantime, the penalty moves Columbia City back to their own 35-yard line. Soap operas. And on first down, a Delta defender jumps into the neutral zone. That's a no-no. Hunter Wallace was early on the jump, and just that fast, Delta gives some yardage back on a penalty. 5-yard walk-off, it'll be 1st and 5. Third offensive possession for Columbia City. There's an inside handoff, not a lot of running room. Got about 2 yards as they umpile them. Barrera gets credit for a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Make it 3. Misdirection given, a great play to trip up the ball carrier. Barrera was headed for daylight, and Titus Hill got him. Titus Hill reached up with a hand and tripped him up for a loss of 2, and it's 3rd down and 5. Columbia City trying to get something going. They're going to be short again on the running play, a gain of around 2 yards that time. Severs was the ball carrier and had about nowhere to go. So Delta's defense stiffens again. And it'll be a punting situation. Delta's deep man is Jalen Jones. He'll wait on the punt at his 15. Snap is good. Punt is a low line, wobbly line drive. Deep man will let it take a big hop. Jones picks it up and gets smacked. Breaks the tackle, and the second man gets him down at around the 13-yard line. We'll stay right here with you. 2:45 to go in the first quarter. 3 possessions for Columbia City have ended in a missed field goal and 2 punts. Delta will have things starting at their own 12 or 13, depending. They're going to put it at the 13-yard line. So the Eagles in blue will try to do something from deep in their own territory. They've had horrible field position. Bond at quarterback, spin give. It's a sweep left. Backus tried to turn the corner, couldn't get much going. Got maybe 2. They're going to give him a pair to the 15. Backus with his first carry of the night. 2nd and 8. Clock rolling 2:22 to 21 here in the first period. 2 wideouts for Delta here near side with only 1 defender. Wilson, make it Bond, will roll. Fake option, going to turn it upfield. Gets to around the 14-yard line, 15, 16 as he turned the corner for a gain of about a yard. Third and 7 for the Eagles in blue and white. Delta ball. Let's see if they can convert. They've only had 1 first down in the entire game. Bond throwing across the way. It's complete. Stitt has it. Breaks a couple tackles. Spins out around the 25. He's got a Delta first down. Ten-yard gain on a nice pass from Bond to Stitt. Eagles have something going here late in the first quarter. Second first down of the game unofficially, and they'll go back 1st and 10 at their own 26. Men wide either side, ball on the far hash. Bond dropping, slipped, throws a deep ball down the far sideline. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time in the secondary. Ball was intended for Folletic. Make it 2nd and 10 with exactly a minute to go here in the opening period. Sweltering hot night. Hardly any wind at all. It's one of those 4-shirt nights here in Whitley County. On 2nd down, Eagles tight at the receivers. Play action rolling right, throw out in the flat. Man wide open, he's got it. Jalen Jones takes it all the way to the Columbia City 47-yard line. Gain of 27 yards for Jones on the throw from Bond. That was probably the nicest play they've run tonight on the Delta side of the field in terms of the offense. Beautiful throw and catch to the right on the near sideline. And Delta has another first down at the Columbia City 47-yard line. Man in motion, far side, toss sweep to him. That's Backus. Cuts it upfield. Daylight to the 40, 35, 30. Just knocked out of bounds. A touchdown saving tackle inside the 30. They're going to mark him at the 34 after a gain of 13 yards. Backus nearly went all the way. 2 carries, 15 yards for him unofficially. In the pistol on 1st and 10. Bond with the keeper, cuts it inside the 30 to around the 29-yard line. That's going to be a gain of around 4, maybe. Give him a fat 4 on that one. Probably the final play of the first quarter as the clock spills out its last few seconds, and that's going to do it for period number 1. We've played through the first quarter. It's hot, it's sweaty, and it's scoreless. We go to the second quarter. Delta nothing, Columbia City nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. We've played 12 minutes here in Whitley County. No score between the Eagles and the Eagles. How about that? I had to jokingly kid the guys from Columbia City. This is the second week in a row they've been in an Eagle Bowl. They played Churubusco last week, the Eagles, from just down the road. They've got a habit now of playing the Eagles. But we're heading for period number 2. We flipped the field. Delta will now be moving right to left. They put up a couple of first downs in this drive, which began at their own 13-yard line. And the best scoring chance of the night so far by the Eagles from Royerton. On 2nd down and 4, make it 5, 6 yards to go. Rolling right. Little pooch pass out there in the flat to Logan Maynor, and he only got back to the line of scrimmage. That is a pass. No gain, and Bond is down and may be hurt. Took a pretty good shot there. That'll go as a reception for Maynor. No yards. It's going to be 3rd down and a fat 5, a short 6. Nose of the ball sitting right on the 30-yard line. Delta needs to get almost to the 24 to roll over the sticks. We'll see if Bond is okay if he's going to stay in the game at quarterback. And he's not. So let's see what happens here. On third down and long. Stitt at quarterback now. The snap to him. He sweeps to the right. He got a few yards, but he's short of the first down. 3-yard gain for Stitt. And a decision to make now here for Chris Overholt in Delta. You could conceivably make a run at a field goal here. The ball at the 28-yard line. It'd be a 45-yard kick. And again, that's pretty far for a high school kid. So you really don't know what they're going to do. It's 4th and about 4. Fat 3, short 4 at the Columbia City 28-yard line. And they line up as if they're going to go. With the backup quarterback, Stitt in place of Bond. In the pistol, takes the snap, sweeps left, daylight to the 20, cuts to the outside to the 10. He's going to score. Touchdown, Delta. Abram Stitt on a 28-yard run to pay dirt, and Delta leads 6-0. Wow. Got a beautiful block on the edge and turned it into points. Well, that polishes off an 87-yard drive for Delta. Now on to try the extra point. Levi Griffiths. There's the kick. It's good. Delta has its first lead of the night. 10:37 to go here in the second quarter. Delta 7, Columbia City nothing on the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. 10:37 before halftime. Delta draws first blood on a 28-yard run by Stitt. Zion Griffiths added the PAT, and it's 7-0 Eagles in blue and white. Set to kick off is Delta. 3 deep men waiting down here for Columbia City. It's a high, deep kick. It'll be taken at around the 5-yard line. 10, 15, 20 up the middle of the field. And good coverage by Delta to get him down that time at around the 26, 27-yard line. Stratton Fuller, the return man. And Columbia City will open this drive. Trailing for the first time tonight. They'll start at their own 23. I've had a couple of questions about why no picture. I don't know how to be more plain about this. It's radio. It's audio only. That means no picture. I don't know how to make it any plainer than that. But anyway, on 1st and 10, Columbia City goes to work. It's a sweep to the near side here on the right, out to around the 30-yard line. A nice piece of running that time. Nicely done that time. As Columbia City picks up 6, maybe 7 yards. James Getz. Give him 6. Second down and a fat 3, short 4. They sweep it right. It's Getz again. He has daylight into the secondary. He's got a first down and all the way to the 47-yard line. Getz with a 17-yard burst that time for Columbia City. And they've got a first down and a drive of their own cooking. I have them for just their first down of the night on that play. So back-to-back runs by Getz, and he gets enough to take it all the way to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10, Columbia City, as they go left to right. Give off tackle on the inside that time to Sievers, who got a couple of tough yards, maybe 3 or 4 as they unpile him. They're going to give him 4 to the Delta 48-yard line. Two carries, 6 yards unofficially for that young man. Columbia City showing some signs of a little burst here on this possession. 9 minutes to go before halftime. They trail Delta 7-zip. Piper rolling left, throwing left. It's in and out of the hands of his receiver. Barrera had it in his hands. All he had to do was catch it and turn upfield for the first down, maybe more, and he dropped it. That'll stick in your craw if you're a quarterback. You can't do anything more than put it right there, hit him in the wrong place, hit him in the hands. 3rd down and 6. Ball at the Delta 47. Here on the near hash, and now a whistle before the play can even be started. And the officials will chat about it, and it's going to be a penalty. The side judge saw the ball was a yard too far ahead. Good catch that time. They'll back it to the 48. Well, can't blame a guy for trying. 3rd and 6, the Delta 48-yard line. You hear the crowd coming to life downstairs here on the near side, the home side. Barrera in motion. It's misdirection here to the near side, and he can't get to the corner on a great hit by Titus Hill in the backfield. That turned it into a 4-yard loss. Wow. Another tackle for loss. That's at least 4 in the game by Delta. Very, very impressive defense by Delta so far in this game tonight. They'll send their deep man, Jalen Jones, back inside his 10, waiting on the punt. No rush. It's a high returnable kick. Jones will come up. He'll let it hit, though, and it takes another Columbia City roll. It's going to go all the way to the 1-yard line. Wow, what a great job by special teams by Columbia City. 8:05 to go in the first half. Delta out in front, 7-0 here on the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Columbia City. We are midway through the second quarter. Low scoring affair as Delta leads Columbia City 7-0 in this game tonight from Gandy Field, and it's been a dandy from Gandy. Both teams have been trading rights, and a great punt by Columbia City has buried Delta at its 1-yard line. Of course, the last drive went for a touchdown. It started at the Delta 13, so it can be done, but this is dangerous territory down here at the 1. You got to just get some real estate here and push forward. Quarterback sneaks straight ahead by Bond. He's going to run it out to around the 3-yard line, give him a gain of 2. 2nd on 8 yards to go. No wind to speak of here tonight, so that won't mess anything up. And the shadows now have covered the entire field as the sun gets ready to set behind us. terrific special teams play on that last punt by the kids from Columbia City. Job well done. Back at quarterback, this time Stitt in the pistol, takes it, starts to his right. He gets popped at around the 5-yard line. Gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and long. Third and 5 here. In fact, it's more like 3rd and 6. They got to get to the 11-yard line after starting the drive at their 1. So Delta needs to just be careful down here. This is safety / turnover territory for a touchdown when you're at your 5-yard line. One man in the backfield with the quarterback still. He'll take the snap. He'll come this way with it on the ground and only got a yard or 2. It'll be 4th down and a punting situation. That's a 1-yard run by Stitt. Good job by Columbia City's defense. They pinned the Eagles, Delta Eagles, at their 1. Delta could only get it to the 6, and it's a punting situation for Delta. The deep men are only at the Delta 42-yard line. That's an idea of how far they have to go. Backus, the punter, in the end zone for Delta. No rush. High, short, wobbly kick. It's dropped on the reception at around the 37, but he made a fair catch. Ball's going to be dead right there at the 38-yard line. We'll stay here with you. 5:53 to go in the second quarter. Delta 7, Columbia City nothing, but a terrific chance here for the Eagles in maroon and old gold. They'll start this drive at the Delta 38-yard line. Field position has been a big factor. Columbia City has started their drives at the Delta 22, the Delta 42, and now the Delta 38. Sweep right, here to the near side, running room down around the 30. Nice job that time by Piper, the quarterback on the keeper. Give him an 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and short. Nice piece of running that time by Piper. And, of course, anytime that happens, the line up front is doing its job and creating some gaps and knocking some people on their pancake side, if you know what I mean. 2nd and 2 at the Delta 30. Piper, spin give. Sievers runs it straight ahead. He's got enough for the first down as he goes to the 26-yard line. Gain of 4 for Sievers and a first down for Columbia City. First and 10. Columbia City. Clock now at 5 minutes and rolling here in the second quarter. Delta got the only score of the night on a 28-yard run by Abram Stitt. Zion Griffiths added the kick, and that's where we stand. Now a long wait here between plays, and the official here on the sideline with the coaching staff says, timeout. We'll take a break with them. 4:40 to go before halftime. Delta 7, Columbia City nothing on Beaver Media and the Doco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Timeout taken by Columbia City with 4:40 to go here in the second quarter. Third coach Brett Fox wanted to talk things over. Looked like they had some communication issues getting a play in. And now rather than lose it down or take a penalty, they take a timeout and want to make the most of this drive and the late second quarter. It's a 1st and 10. CC ball at the Delta 26-yard line. Ball here on the near side hash mark. That's the right side of the offense as they move it left to right. Under center, Piper hands off straight ahead. Sievers powers his way inside the 20 to around the 19. That's a gain of 7 yards for Sievers. Nicely done by him. Sievers quickly on another hitter to the right side. It looks like he's going to have just enough of the first down as he took it to the 14-yard line. Sievers, 2 runs in a row. It's a first down. As Columbia City goes, hurry up. Here's a tackle in the backfield. Bam! Down goes Frazier on a beautiful play in the backfield, that time by Delta. Give that TFL to Braxton Russell, who shot the gap and took him down. Loss of 2. Second down, 12 yards to go. Piper, the backup quarterback, under center, gives to the left side. Barrera breaks a tackle, cuts it upfield, breaks another tackle inside the 5. Look at him go all the way down to the end zone. He fumbled the ball. Did he come up? It's a touchdown. Another player, that's Peyton Shearer. Peyton Shearer covered the fumble in the end zone. Barrera ran most of the way, fumbled it into the end zone, and Shearer covered it for a score. Wow. How do you like that? Well, now just a point away from tying goes Columbia City. We'll get that scoring down momentarily. Kick is on the way. It's up and it's good. 3:26 to go, first half. All knotted up here in Columbia City. Eagles and Eagles, 7-7 on the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. It's not every day of the week you fumble the ball heading for the end zone and have a teammate grab it for a touchdown, but that just happened as Columbia City was Johnny on the spot. Peyton Shearer covered the fumble in the end zone. The kick was good, and we're tied 7-7 here late in the first half. Wow. Teed up, ready to go. Delta ready to return the kick. It's a high end-over-end returnable kick at the 5. Ball fumbled, picked right back up by the return man. He's got a big hole in the middle. He might go in the middle of the field. Jukes a man, and the last man takes down Stitt. He was headed for pay dirt and got tripped up, but a great return all the way to the Columbia City 48, 49-yard line. Or are they going to put him at midfield? The officials are sitting here at midfield with the ball. Great return. Stitt bobbled the catch and picked it right back up at the 5 and brought it back at least 45 yards, and he nearly went to the end zone on that one. They're going to pick up a flag, and let's see where they're going to put him down. Right on midfield. So 3:16 to go. Pretty good field position if you're Delta in a 7-7 game. Wow. Bond back in there at quarterback for Delta. One man behind him and another in motion here. It's a toss sweep here to the near side. It's fumbled on the ground, and Columbia City is going to cover the fumble. Another Delta turnover, a critical one. All the way back to the 42, maybe 41. They're going to put him down at the 41-yard line. It's a fumble -9 for Delta. And just that fast, Columbia City's in business. And again, great field position for Columbia City. Short field at the Delta 41. Sweep here to the right on the near side. Turning the corner to the 30. That's Getz again. Down to the 20, down to the 17-yard line. 24-yard run by Getz. Wow. First down for Columbia City, and they're going to go hurry up again with the clock at 2:57, and they call a timeout. They're making some noise. We'll take the break with them. 2:57 to go before halftime. Delta 7, Columbia City 7 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. 2:57 remaining here in period number 2. Columbia City and Delta tied at 7 each, but Columbia City threatening on a 1st and 10 at the Delta 17-yard line. It's a give to the right side. This time Sievers tripped up going through the first wave. He trips and falls forward to around the 12-yard line. That's a good 5-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 5. Sievers has been the workhorse in the backfield tonight for Columbia City, but Getz has really been a nice burst for them off the bench in this game tonight. 2nd and 5, clock at 2:24 to go and rolling. Delta trying to stop Columbia City. This one from the Delta 12-yard line. Straight up the gut. That time ball came out. It's on the ground, but the official was right there on it to point to the ground repeatedly and say it was down. Not sure who the carrier was. It was a 4-yard gain. 3rd and a yard to go from the Delta 8-yard line. Exactly a yard to go to convert here. This is a big down in this football game. You don't want to waste this chance if you're Columbia City. Clock at 1:42, 1:41, 1:40. We'll see if they take another timeout. They're taking a lot of time here. Piper came to the sideline to his coach, bent over, holding his wrist like he might have dinged a finger or something, and it's going to be another timeout taken by Columbia City. We'll stay right here with it with 1:27 remaining before halftime. Here's a short summary of the scoring. There hasn't been a lot of it. Each team with a touchdown here in the second quarter. Delta got on the board first on a 28-yard run by Abram Stitt. Zion Griffiths added the PAT, and it was 7-0 Delta early in the second quarter. Right back comes Columbia City with 3:26 to go in the period. They cap off a drive by recovering a fumble of theirs in the end zone on a running play. PAT was good, and we're all tied at 7-7. So we'll see what they decide to do here. This is certainly 4-down territory at the Delta 13, make it the 8-yard line. They need the 7. And now we're set to go. They're going to go full house T in the backfield, and that's got to be a lineman at fullback with 50 on. Piper under center. Waiting on the snap. The give to the right side. Delta stops him on a great play. Coming from the right side. The Eagles get a tackle for loss by Hunter Wallace. He bangs him down at around the 12-yard line. That's a -4, and it brings up 4th down. Wow. What a play by Wallace. Klefker will come on. He's going to try a field goal, trying to break the tie. The spot will be at the 18. It's a 28-yard attempt. Clock rolling with 53 seconds to go before halftime. Good snap and hold. Kick on the way. It looks good, and it is good. 47.6 seconds to go before halftime. Columbia City with its first lead of the night as they lead Delta 10-7 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Columbia City about to kick off after capping off a drive with a go-ahead field goal from Klefker. He's going to put the foot into it. It's a short pooch kick. It'll land at the 25, and Delta just dives on it that time. Nice play that time by Renbarger. A heads-up play to cover the kick. They'll spot it at the 24-yard line. Delta has 46 seconds to do something about this now, trailing for the first time tonight at their 24. Ball on the near hash. That's the left side of the offense as the Delta Eagles look at the field moving right to left. We'll see what they do. Stitt at quarterback, and now a whistle just before the snap. Let's see what it is. Flag sitting on the far side. It's offside. Actually, you can call it encroachment. You can call it offside against Delta. Only one guy can be in the neutral zone before the snap, and it's the guy snapping the ball. It's a -5 on a penalty for Delta. 1st and 15 yards to go. Stitt at quarterback in relief of Bond. Don't know if he's hurt or just not playing. Stitt fakes the handoff, goes to the keeper, takes it right side. Big hole for him. He gashes the defense all the way to about the 33-yard line. It's a pick up a 14 to make it 2nd and 1 with the clock rolling under 30 seconds now. Wow. Snap, runs straight ahead. This time, not much real estate. It could be a first down, which would stop the clock temporarily. Carpenter, the ball carrier, he got just enough for the first down. Give him 2 yards. At the 37, Delta with a first down, but the clock rolling under 15 seconds. They've got to hurry. It might be the last play of the half. Stitt, keeper right, cuts to the outside, takes it to midfield, sidesteps a tackler all the way down to the 46-yard line. We'll see if he fumbled. There's a 2.5 seconds left in the half. Columbia City says we've got it, and so does the referee. It's a fumble at the 47-yard line. 16-yard gain and then a fumble. Well, Delta has fumbled the ball away 3 times here in the first half. Costly costly mistakes for Delta. Columbia City may just take a knee. They may throw a Hail Mary. Who knows what they'll do on 1st and 10 with 1.6 seconds remaining. They go to a victory formation. That's usually take a knee -1, and that's exactly what it is. Piper puts the knee down, takes the -1, and that does it here in the first half. We've reached halftime here in Columbia City, a low-scoring physical game at the intermission. Columbia City 10, Delta 7. Back with more on the halftime show after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for Sacrifice Bunts and Sacrifice Flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Indiana. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Just have everyone introduce the inaugural Hall of Fame class for the Columbus City Hall of Fame.
Welcome back to Columbia City. We're at halftime here. As we mentioned a little earlier tonight, this is a special night at Columbia City. They are celebrating 100 years of high school football here in Columbia City. So they are introducing some new inductees to their Hall of Fame here at Columbia City High School tonight on a sweltering hot night. But congratulations to all the people being honored here tonight. You know that they've done a lot over the years to distinguish themselves, and they all deserve to get their credit and their due, and that's what they're doing here tonight. The extended halftime is going to be 20 minutes long tonight, so that gives us a lot of time to fill here in this one tonight. We will probably let you listen to the marching band's halftime performance as we total up some numbers and take a break between halves here tonight. Quick recap of the scoring. Both teams struggled early offensively, and in fact, we had a scoreless first quarter. Field position and turnovers were really, really big. Delta fumbled the ball away on its first snap offensively tonight, but their defense threw a couple of tackles for loss right at Columbia City and turned that drive that should have been Columbia City points easily into a missed field goal, and Delta survived that one. And we went to the second quarter in a 0-0 game. Second quarter featured 3 scores. Delta got the early lead in the game at 10:37 of the second quarter. A 28-yard run by Abram Stitt to the near corner of the end zone. Zion Griffiths added the point after kick. And with 10:37 to go before intermission, it was 7-0 Delta. But Columbia City came right back with 3:26 remaining in the second quarter. They had a play deep in Delta territory. It was a sweep. Their ball carrier, Barrera, got down to around the 2 or 3 yard line, and the ball came out. He got hit and he fumbled. The ball rolled in the end zone toward the back far corner, and one of his teammates, Peyton Shearer, fell on it for a touchdown and made it 7-6 Delta. Kleffer came on to add the PAT for Columbia City, and we were tied at 7 apiece. Then late in the half, another turnover by Delta gave great field position to Columbia City, and they took advantage of it. A field goal, 28-yarder by Kleffer. 47.6 seconds remaining before halftime, and the Columbia City guys had their first lead of the night at 10-7, and that's where things stand here at intermission as you hear the crowd enjoying the ceremony down below. Unofficially, you look at how this game has twisted and turned. Big factor for Delta tonight. 2 of them, actually, one each way. Horrible night for fumbles. They've fumbled 3 times. They've lost them all, and in their own territory. Columbia City, Delta has done a terrific job in terms of tackles for loss. Delta had 15 TFLs in week 1 in their win over Muncie Central, and they have picked up here tonight and had several more. Hunter Wallace made a great play, shot a gap for a TFL at a critical juncture, and defense may end up being, at least early in the year, where Delta wins or loses its games, because defensively they're pretty darn good. They told Chris Overholt before the game, we were chatting walking across the field, and I said, I would say that you're young, you're inexperienced, but you're talented. And he agreed with that, and I agreed with him. We had the same book report on the young 2021 Eagles, because they've got some skill, We're going to have to see what goes down in the backfield, in the offensive backfield for Delta in the second half. Their starting quarterback, Caden Bond, did not take every snap in the first half. In fact, he probably took maybe half of those snaps before Abram Stitt took over at quarterback, and Delta was on the ground offensively the rest of the half once that occurred. So it's not that Delta can't move the ball, but they're probably not going to throw it much without Bond in the game. And Bond had a beautiful 27-yard completion earlier in the night to Jalen Jones, but they haven't thrown it since he left the game. And Stitt has been taking the snaps at quarterback and doing a nice job running the ball. But Delta just has to hold on to the ball. You can't fumble away the football as much as Delta has and hope to be successful very many times. It just can't be done. So you look down at the score sheet in the first half, field position brought about by Delta fumbles. The drives in the first half for Columbia City began at the Delta 22, at the Delta 42, at the Delta 38. That was the drive that resulted in a touchdown, and at the 41. And so 4 of the drives by Columbia City in the first half began on the Delta side of the 50 and deeply on the Delta side of midfield a couple times. And if you can get that problem ironed out, you can still win this game if you're Delta. But if you keep coughing it up like that, it's going to be a very long ride home tonight for the kids from Royerton. Take a break. Back with more after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
A 50-50 ball, an elbow to the ribs, a sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back. We're at halftime here at Columbia City. We're going to let you enjoy the band here for just a few minutes as we tally up some numbers for you. Please enjoy. We're at halftime here at Columbia City. Nice job by the students in the band, and we appreciate their efforts out there tonight. It's a tight one at halftime. Columbia City 10, Delta 7. Some unofficial stats for Delta after this break on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Indiana. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We have our first oddball occurrence of the night on a sultry August night. We actually have ice forming on the press box windows because the temperature outside is so hot and the temperature inside in the air conditioning, which we all love, is plenty cold. We have ice forming on the edges of the press box window. It's the squeegee concession that you need tonight. If you're calling the game, trust me, I'm going to have a real hard time deciphering what's happening between the 20 and the 50 here on the north end of the stadium, because we've got Fog City here tonight at Columbia City. And all kidding aside, it's really going to be tough to tell you what's going on between the 20 and the 50 if we don't get that window cleaned up. But anyway, unofficial numbers and very unofficial at halftime for Delta tonight in this one. Throwing the ball, Caden Bond early on looked pretty good. Went 4 of 5 for 53 yards. A nice 27-yard completion to Jalen Jones. Elliott, Stitt, and Maynard had the other receptions. And, early on it looked like Mr. Bond was going to be able to throw the ball a little bit in this one tonight. But I don't know whether he got hurt, got sick, whether they just decided they were going to make a switch. But it's been Stitt at quarterback since then for Delta. Rushing, well, you look at what they did. Again, very unofficially here. I've got Bond, 4 carries, 6 yards net. Backus, 2 for 15. Stitt, 7 for 66 and a touchdown on a 28-yarder. Maynard, 1 carry, 5 yards. Wilson, let's see, that would be Bond, because he at one point we had 18 taking snaps, and that would be Wilson, but we got word later that was Bond wearing a different number. So you'll just have to disregard Bond's numbers. Carpenter, 2 carries, 2 yards. So a team that ran for 402 against Muncie Central last week has some work to do tonight with running the ball here in this contest tonight. Both teams are back on the field after long extended halftime show, and Delta trailing by a field goal in this one. That's the difference in the ball game. Those 3 Delta turnovers on lost fumbles have been huge, and there's nothing more you can do about that. We'll take a break. When we come back, start of the third quarter on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
This is a tough time for all of us, and it is an especially tough time for high school students and high school sports.
Let's stick together. Let's listen to each other and support one another. Let's work hard, follow health and safety protocols, always mask up, be sure to get a flu shot, and never get complacent or careless.
If we do, I believe that we will have a great high school sports season. I believe that we will win. I'm Paul Neidig, Commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
And I'm Carrie Schludecker, Assistant Commissioner.
On behalf of every high school in Indiana, thank you for your support.
This is commitment. This is self-discipline. This is teamwork. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for Sacrifice Bunts and Sacrifice Flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game here at Gandy Field. There must be a full moon somewhere, and we just had one, so there can't be one on Earth, but somewhere there's a full moon tonight. We've got ice on the press box windows when it's 85 outside. We just had a medic run in the press box. We've had a little bit of everything here tonight so far, and we've got 2 quarters to play. 24 minutes of football in this one tonight from Columbia City. It's the Eagles in maroon 10, the Eagles in blue and white 7. Columbia City won the coin toss tonight. They deferred. That means they're going to get the ball back to start the third quarter. Delta will be kicking it away. On top of everything else, we've had squeegeed press box windows at halftime. So now we can see pretty clearly as the medics go back across the other way. Thanks, guys. And wow, what a night. Somebody up there doesn't like me. First week one, we have COVID canceled 3 hours before kickoff, roughly. Not quite that, more like 5. Here comes the Delta kickoff. It's high, short, end over end. It'll come down at the 10-yard line. Columbia City brings it back to the 20-25. The umpire will get a number for you on the return that time. Looks like 12. I think it was 12. That was Stratton Fuller with the return that time for Columbia City to the 26-yard line. So for once in a while, Columbia City will start the drive on their own side of the 50 at the 26. Delta looking to get them off the field, even better to get a turnover and a score. First down, run to the right side, not much running room at all. Severs on the carry, give him 2 yards on the game. Severs has been the workhorse tonight for Columbia City. It'll be 2nd and long. You want to get them in a passing down because if they go back to throw with your rush, you could give them fits. 2nd and 8. 28-yard line. And now man goes in motion and a Delta defender comes flying across the line of scrimmage. Hunter Wallace was early. If he was drawn, that would help Delta, but it's not. Offside against Delta. That turns 2nd and 8 into more like 2nd and 2.5 or 3 at the 34-yard line. They need the 36. Columbia City takes it left side on the ground. They've got the first down and more as Barrera took it out around the 43-yard line. Gain of 9 and a first down for Columbia City to open the second half. Best run of the night by Barrera so far. 1st and 10, Columbia City. Wearing dark uniforms. They look black from here with old gold lettering. Dark helmets as well with old gold on them. On first down, misdirection give here to the right side. Big running room across midfield all the way to the 45-yard line. Nice run that time by Getz. He's been the burst tonight. 12-yard pickup for him. And a first down for Columbia City. He's been the burst, the back who's really given them some burst and explosiveness tonight. And he's having a nice night. They'll get a fresh 4 downs at the Delta 46-yard line. Getz is a sophomore, only 5'6", but a pretty good player. On 1st and 10. Here on the near hash, as Columbia City moves it left to right, north to south. Keeper by the quarterback, and he's snowed under by 3 or 4 Delta defenders on the edge. I see Titus Hill. I see Ben Morris. I see Wyatt Bilby all in there to stick their head in on the tackle. It's a no gain. This is Piper, the backup quarterback, leading Columbia City tonight. Man in motion. Misdirection give to Barrera, who goes left and only gets a yard or 2. The Delta defense did a good job staying home. Didn't buy all the fakery. It's a 1-yard pickup for Barrera and 3rd and long. Here, Delta, you want to get them off the field here on 3rd and 9. Piper has his call from the sideline, goes back in the huddle, and they'll uncork another one here. Kids from CC need to get inside the Delta 34 to roll it over. Rolling right, looking to throw. Piper lobs one downfield. It's incomplete. It was intended for a receiver down the 25-yard line. Looks like Hunter Heron was out there, and it was well short of him. That brings up 4th down, a punting situation at the Delta 43-yard line. The Delta deep man is standing on his 5-yard line. Looks like Jalen Jones from here. Good snap, no rush. Kick is low and returnable. It's wobbly. He'll let it come down and hit at the 10. Takes a big hop, goes inside the 5, down around the goal line. A great job attempt anyway to try to get it out of the end zone, but it's a touchback. They nearly pinned him deep again. We're going to stay right here with you. So Delta survives, and now they go to work on offense for the first time in period number 3. And as we look at them come out, Caden Bond is back in there at quarterback, wearing jersey 18 now instead of 15. So maybe he was just learning from the sideline with a single setback. Quick handoff to the left side, but not a lot of running room. Good job defensively up front by Columbia City to bottle that up right off the top. Two-yard pickup by, I believe it was Carpenter. 2nd and 8. Twin wideouts on either side of the field for Delta as they look to open up the field a little bit here. Twins on either side of the formation. Carpenter, the running back, just to the left of Bond, the quarterback in the pistol. Quick throw to the right, out in the flat, caught. Backus breaks a tackle, but he can only get a yard, maybe 2, and it'll be 3rd and long. Third down, 6 yards to go. One man in the backfield with Bond. He'll roll to the near side. That's against his throwing arm. He's under pressure now. He got to get rid of it, and he does throw it out of bounds finally. The coaches wanted grounding. There was hardly anyone out here without a dark shirt on, but they're going to let him get away with it. And now the officials will talk about it in an after-action review kind of thing. Let's see what they do. He sure looked like he grounded it to me, but trying to be kind here. He was under intense pressure, and he was running away from his throwing arm, and finally he just launched it into the Columbia City bench, and there's the flag after the down, and I think they're going to call on him. They do. It's grounding, and it's a good call. That's the 5th penalty tonight. It's a loss of down penalty, so now you're gonna have to kick. Oh, it amounts to 4th and 5. Let's see what happens here. There they go, backing him up. And it'll be, it's going to amount to about a 6-yard penalty. They're going to spot the ball at the 14-yard line, and it should be 4th down. It's 4th and about 15 now, and Delta's going to punt anyway. Deep men waiting at around midfield for Columbia City. Good snap, no rush of any type. A line drive kick taken at the 42-yard line, brought ahead to the Delta 36. And that's where Columbia City will start the drive. Well, Delta's offense sputtering a little bit here. And for the umpteenth time, Columbia City has great field position. They'll start this drive at the 36-yard line in Delta territory. Just playing on your own side of the 50 too much if you're Delta. First down, misdirection give to the right side. That's Getz, and he is dragged down on a nice solo stop by Maynor, who came from behind to get him after a gain of just a yard. His helmet came off. He'll have to go out for a down, Will Maynor. Nice tackle as they bottled up Getz for a yard. Make it 2nd and 9 at the Delta 35. Clock rolling, 7:03 to go here in the third quarter. 10-7 is the score. Columbia City with the lead and the ball. Piper under center. Sends a man in motion. Gives it to him. Tries the right side. Gets with a big hole. Heading toward the 20, down around the 15 on a diving, flipping, touchdown-saving tackle by Ian Renbarger, but it's a first down. Wow. Getz is a nice-looking runner. First down at the Delta 15-yard line. Man comes sit here late here on the near side at wideout. The snap, the handoff inside to the right side now, and a nice one-on-one stop that time by the Delta defense. Severs that time didn't have much room at all. Gain of a yard. Second and 9. Under 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Delta trying to hold on. Man in motion. Snap, fumbled. It's on the ground. It looks like Piper, the quarterback, managed to get on top of it, and he did. It's a loss of 2 and a third down and 11 coming up. In fairness to these guys, they are sweaty, and the ball is slick to hold on to on a night like tonight. It's easy to fumble it on a night like tonight. And Columbia City caught a break there, falling on their own fumble. Third down, 11 to go at the Delta 16-yard line. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Misdirection give, big hole, Getz, spins his way to the 10-yard line, but he's way short of the first down after a nice 6-yard run. That'll bring up fourth down. 6 yards to go. Will they go for the field goal? Will they go for a touchdown here? They appear to be going for the first down and the touchdown. 4:40 remaining third quarter in a 10-7 game. Piper going under center. It looks like they're going to go. Now he'll back out, walk away from his center, come toward the sideline and say, what do you want to do? Play clock at 5, play clock at 4. They're probably going to call a timeout here, and they do. 4:22 to go, third quarter. We'll take a quick break. Columbia City 10, Delta 7 on Beaver Media.
More than ever before, the success of this school year depends on teamwork.
And that means all of us, students, parents, teachers, school administrators, and people like you. We've got to be all in, go all out, do all we can all year long to make sure high school students in our communities have a great year.
And that includes following virus protocols and getting a flu shot. Let's trust each other, believe in each other, and get it done. I'm Chris Kaufman, Assistant Commissioner of the IHSAA.
And I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Thank you for supporting the high schools in our communities.
This is cooperation. This is collaboration. This is unity. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Following the timeout, a change of heart perhaps by Brett Fox, the head coach from Columbia City. Instead of going on 4th and 6, he's going to try a field goal. This will be A 28-yarder by Klefker. Bobbled snap. The hold is not down. It kick hits the crossbar. It was a low, wobbly kick. I used to be a kicker. I can tell you that bobble didn't do anything for timing, and the kick is no good. Delta dodges a bullet, and there's not much you can do as a kicker there. The holder did the best he could to get it down, but that was big trouble the second he bobbled the snap, and the kick is no good, and Delta survives another time. How many times can you go to the well? That gives Delta the ball at their own 20 for the second straight series. They've had crummy field position all night. This is the fourth time they've started at their own 20. Bond under center at quarterback. He hands off, simple dive play on the right side that doesn't go anywhere at all, about a yard maybe that time as they unpile. Let's see who that was. That was Carpenter. Carpenter with 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Final 4 minutes of the third quarter. This one just might go down to the wire. Bond under center again. Sends a man in motion this way. Toss sweep this way to the motion man. It's Backus, and he's pushed back us to around the 15. They're going to spot him at the 16-yard line. That's a loss of 6. Columbia City's right side defense did a fantastic job stringing him out. 3rd and 13 coming up. They'll put him down at the 17 here on the near hash. Let's see if the Eagles go to the air. They've only thrown the ball 6 times all night. Now that you've got Bond back in there, though, maybe you will. In the pistol, Claps, takes the snap, rolls right, sets up. He's going to throw deep. It is toward the sideline and a leaping attempt to catch it. Are they going to mark him in or not? It looks like they're going to spot it as a good catch right near the stick at the 30-yard line. And they're going to give him the first down. Wow. Terrific throw. I couldn't make out who caught it over there through the foggy glass. Fans don't like it, but it's a first down, Delta. Wow. 13-yard pickup. Might have been Folletic. I'm going to say Folletic. First and 10 Eagles. Misdirection give. And again, the defensive right side by Columbia City does a great job staying home, not buying all the pitch fakes and handoffs. They just stay and do their job. Backus with a tough 1-yard gain. If you're Delta, though, you're right in this game. It's a 3-point contest, and you've got 14 minutes of football to do something about it. 2nd and 9. At the 31 in Delta territory, Bond Clap says, give me the ball, fumbles the snap, picks it up, tries to make lemonades out of lemons, and got back maybe to the line of scrimmage in the process. Mistakes. Mistakes are killers. And we've got an official's timeout. It's the 4th time tonight Delta has fumbled. The first one they've gotten on, though. Picked up and run. You have to be clean, man, with your exchanges. Big down here. 3rd and 9, Delta at their own 31. Minute and a half to go, third quarter, trailing 10-7. Bond, empty backfield, under pressure. He's going to be sacked. Taken down back near the 20-yard line. That's a big loss on 3rd down. They're going to spot him down at the 24, a loss of 7, and that'll bring up 4th and long. Good defensive series for Columbia City, and back to punt again for Delta is Backus. He'll hit it around his 15. It's a high wobbler. It'll be taken at the 40-yard line. This way with it to the 45. Stutter stepping and knocked down. Ran into his own man. Did the return man that time. Stratton Fuller, if he had been able to avoid a blocker, had running room, but he'll go down at the 44-yard line. We'll stay right here with you as we approach the end of the third period. Columbia City ball at their own 44-yard line. They have owned the field position game tonight on the Columbia City side of the ball. 36.8 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Brian Beaver along with you. Thanks for flying in the co-pilot chair. 1st and 10, Columbia City. They'll keep it on the ground, sweep near side, that sweep right, and a terrific play that time on the corner by Maynor. Maynor came from his linebacker spot and tracked down Getz for no gain. And then tell you, Getz is a little scat back. That's no easy job. That's a fine play by Maynor, and it's probably going to be the final play of the third quarter. Columbia City just standing looking at the sideline. We have 6 seconds to burn off the clock, and that's going to do it for period number 3. We have 12 minutes of football to go. It's still anybody's game, but right now it belongs to Columbia City. It's the Eagles in maroon 10, the Eagles in blue and white 7 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
High school sports teach important life lessons, like the best offense is a good defense.
If that's true, then we can win this battle against the pandemic by defending ourselves and each other from COVID-19. So let's wash our hands, always wear a mask, get a flu shot, and practice social distancing.
We'll not only be protecting ourselves, we'll also be protecting our teammates and friends, our moms and dads, our grandmas and grandpas.
Let's play tough defense, and we'll win this battle. I'm Sandra Walter.
And I'm Robert Falkins. We're Assistant Commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Thank you for supporting the high schools in your community.
This is respect. This is cooperation. This is individual responsibility. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
We head for the fourth quarter. We flip the field. Columbia City moving left to right as we view it now, and they keep it on the ground. And again, Delta's defense up to the challenge here on the near side with Maynor there. A couple other Eagle defenders in white jerseys to stop him. That's a -1. And it'll bring up 3rd and 11. You know, I got to tell you, I bust my hump to do this, and it's really nice to hear from people who appreciate it. It's not so nice to hear from people who don't appreciate it. I'll just say that much. Back to the game. 3rd and 11. Man in motion, rolling right, Piper to throw. He's going to be in trouble now. He's going to be sacked all the way back to the 30-yard line. Delta tracked him down and put the thumping on him at the 31. Wow. It's a 13-yard loss. There goes your net. Delta's defense up to the challenge. 4th and a mile, about 24 yards to go. Punting down. Let's see if Delta can turn this into an opportunity. Line of scrimmage to 31. Punt nearly blocked by Stitt. It's a high returnable kick. Jalen Jones starts it at his 25. Stutter steps out across the 30, only to the 32. A 7-yard return. Delta will have the ball with 10:29 left in the game. We're going to keep it right here. Nice job by Delta that time to respond and get it back when they need to. 10.5 minutes left in regulation, a 10-7 game. This has been a kind of a heavyweight fight on a hot night. These two teams have been pretty evenly matched, and they've played a really entertaining game here. The execution isn't where the coaches want it to be just yet, but now a late defender running on the field for Columbia City. Exhibit A, Your Honor. 1st and 10, Delta. Their own 32. We'll see what they can do with the ball here. Anybody's game to win, even at this point. The quarterback, Bond, in the pistol. He'll roll left. Option pitch on the edge. The play doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage, though. It's going to be a loss of 1. Second and 11. Ten minutes remaining. Clock still rolling. Let's see what Chris Overholt and his staff dial up on 2nd and 11 from the Delta 31. Twins wide here on the near side, 1 on the left across the way. Bond rolling this way, under pressure, looking to throw. He unloads it out of bounds at the last minute. They're going to say he was out of bounds before he threw it. That's going to be a sack all the way back to the 26. So it's a 5-yard loss for Bond and Delta. 3rd down and 15 yards to go. Delta needs to move out across the 42-yard line to pick up the first down. Unbelievable. Let's see what they do. Bond in the pistol, 1 running back next to him, wide out, spread around the field, under pressure, shakes the tackle. Now he'll keep it, running daylight to the 35-yard line, but he's going to be well short of the first down. Gain of 8 as he scrambled out of trouble. Nice run by the sophomore, but way too little. 4th and 8, another punting down for Delta. Backus, the punter, will stand around his own 22. Twin deep men for Columbia City at their 30-yard line. Snap, no rush, high, end-over-end wobbly kick. The deep men will let it come down as it comes to the sideline and lands in the Columbia City bench. Wow. Not a great punt. They'll walk it up the sideline, and they're going to spot it at midfield. 8:50 to go in this one. Back with more after this. Timeout on Beaver Media.
This is a tough time for all of us, and it is an especially tough time for high school students and high school sports.
Let's stick together. Let's listen to each other and support one another. Let's work hard, follow health and safety protocols, always mask up, be sure to get a flu shot, and never get complacent or careless.
If we do, I believe that we will have a great high school sports season. I believe that we will win. I'm Paul Neidig, Commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
And I'm Carrie Schludecker, Assistant Commissioner.
On behalf of every high school in Indiana, thank you for your support.
This is commitment. This is self-discipline. This is teamwork. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Back into action on a 2nd down and 8-yard play. Delta does a nice job gobbling up the runner. 2 plays in a row go to Barrera, and they snuff him out. A 2-yard pickup and then a no-gainer for Barrera, and it's 3rd down and 10. Columbia City right at midfield, the nose of the ball just inside the stripe on the Delta side. 7:49 remaining in the game. Columbia City 10, Delta 7. Another big 3rd down defensive opportunity for Delta here. They need a big play. Here's a reverse, and it's going to be taken down on the corner. A great play that time by Ben Morris from defensive end. TFL -5. Punt it away, fellas, he says to Barrera. Terrific play that time defensively by Ben Morris. Delta's defense does the job again. They stiffen up and hold them to a net -5 on that series, and now waiting on the punt from Columbia City is Jalen Jones at the Delta 15-yard line. You need one spark play if you're Delta. Let's see if they can come up with it with under 7 minutes to go. Nearly blocked the punt, did Stitt again. This one's going to roll inside the 15. inside the 10, inside the 5, all the way to the 1 yard line again. Wow. Unbelievable. Been a big, big night for Columbia City and their special teams. They back Delta up to their own 1 yard line again. Delta has started drives at their own 13, their 1. And for the second time tonight, they're 1. Dangerous territory. You just need some positive yardage here on first down. Keeper under center for Bond as he pushes the pile out to around the 3 yard line. Give him a gain of 2. Second down, 8 yards to go. 6:18 to go in the game. Delta needs a field goal to tie. They need a touchdown for a lead. Trailing 10-7. Halfway through the 4th. Now in the pistol. Stitt going to quarterback again. He's going to keep it. Take it left side on a quarterback keeper. Sweeps around the end, out across the 5 to around the 6 yard line. 3 yard pickup and an injured player down for Delta. It looks to be Titus Hill. They'll attend to him right now. We'll take the break with him. 5:45 left in regulation. Columbia City 10, Delta 7 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
High school sports teach important life lessons, like the best offense is a good defense.
If that's true, then we can win this battle against the pandemic by defending ourselves and each other from COVID-19. So let's wash our hands, always wear a mask, get a flu shot, and practice social distancing.
We'll not only be protecting ourselves, we'll also be protecting our teammates and friends, our moms and dads, our grandmas and grandpas.
Let's play tough defense, and we'll win this battle. I'm Sandra Walter.
And I'm Robert Falkins. We're Assistant Commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Thank you for supporting the high schools in your community.
This is respect. This is cooperation. This is individual responsibility. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to the ball game. Delta's injured player off the field. Hope he's just cramping and that's all. Big down here for the Delta offense. It's 3rd down and about 6 yards to go, maybe a fat 5 around the Delta 6 yard line. They need the 11 to roll it over. 5:45 remaining in the game, at least the 4th quarter. 10-7 contest. Delta trailing. Coming on the last minute, a Delta player. Now they're sitting ready to go. It looks like Bond is back in there at quarterback. He's going to throw over the middle. It's nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Intended for Jalen Jones on a slant. Fourth down. Punting down again for Delta. Unofficially, I've got the Eagles for what will be the 6th punt of the night coming up here. Backus has been busy and not in the way he would like. Twin deep men inside the Delta 40 waiting on this one. Good snap, kick away. It's high. Backpedaling to the 41 is the deep man. He has a gap to the outside to the 30, inside the 30 to around the 25-yard line. Nice return again that time by Columbia City. They've done a nice job on special teams tonight on that return by Stratton Fuller. We appear to have a flag. Let's see what it is. Delta with the illegal procedure. think you would, just decline that penalty. You've got the ball at the 25-yard line if you're Columbia City. So, again, fantastic field position for Columbia City, and they can nail the coffin if they can get another score here with under 6 minutes to go. Quarterback keeper, near side to the sideline. Ball comes out. Delta says they've got it. This would be a huge giveaway. Let's see. It's Delta ball. Delta recovers the fumble at its own 25-yard line. They're going to say the 24. Don't know who came up with it. That's a huge turnover by Columbia City. Just what the doctor ordered. Don't know who covered it for Delta, but that's a big, big play. Now the Eagles with the ball at their own 24. Well, you've got a chance to determine your own fate if you're Delta. You've got 2 timeouts remaining and 5:15 on the game clock, trailing 10-7. Check it, you've got 3 timeouts remaining. Fake sweep, handoff inside to Backus. He can't go anywhere but back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Timing critical now with 4:57 to go in the game, and now an official whistle and a timeout. Maybe they're just going to give the boys some water. We'll wait and see. We'll take the break with them, though. 4:56 remaining fourth quarter. Columbia City 10, Delta 7 on the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. 2nd down. Delta puts the ball in the air on a pass to the flat, but it was short and incomplete. Intended out there for Stitt. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Maybe the biggest play of the night offensively for Delta. You really need to pick this up. Trailing 10-7. Final 4:38 of regulation. Let's see what they do. They're going to put Bond back in the pistol with 1 running back, 2 wide left, 1 wide right. Dropping. Good pocket. Bond now flush. Headed for the sideline. Jukes a man, but can only go to around the 28-yard line. Way short of the 1st down. On a gain of 3, and we'll see if they go. Now a whistle and another timeout taken. I think this time it's going to be taken by Delta. It is taken by Delta. They'll have 2 remaining. 4:17 left in the football game. 10-7 Columbia City on Beaver Media.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Delta in a timeout here, trying to come up with some magic. They've got the ball. 4th down. A better part of 6 yards to go. 4:17 left in the 4th quarter. Columbia City leading this one 10-7. Delta trying to keep their hopes alive. They're going to go on 4th. Bond in the pistol, waiting on the snap. Claps. He's got it. He rolls right. Looking to throw. Fires to the sideline. Caught at the 39-yard line for the 1st down. Terrific catch out here by Parker Folletic. It moves the chains all the way to the 39-yard line. Terrific job. Foletic with a terrific catch. And now a first down, a fresh set of downs for Delta. Quick throw to the left side across the way, caught by Stitt. He goes by a tackler. Daylight down the sideline. He's going to score a touchdown. Incredible. Delta, 61 yards. Beautiful throw. Great sidestep of a tackle in the open field by Stitt, and Stitt happens. 13-7, 13-10. Delta up by 3. Wow. 61 big ones. And the Eagles from Royerton have a 3-point lead with 3:49 to go. I said earlier in the broadcast that some of you appreciate. I said earlier in the broadcast that you need one explosive play to ignite things, and that's just what happened right there. Now we've got a whistle and a flag before the snap, and it looks like it's going to be encroachment on Columbia City, and Delta's players are already saying, Coach, let's go for 2. Let's go for 2. Move the ball half the distance to the goal, and let's get 2, because if you get 2, you got a 5-point lead. Right now, it's a 1-possession field goal game. It looks like they're going to kick it anyway. The PAT attempt coming up by Zion Griffiths, and now a flag just before the snap. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen consecutive flags on extra points. This one procedure against Delta, and if you're playing the cha-cha music, dun, 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 we just went each direction, and now here's Delta trying the PAT with the kick coming from the 14-yard line. It's a 24-yard, maybe 25 now, yard extra point. Let's see if Griffiths can get it through. The left footer has it sized up, says, give me the ball. Good snap and hold, kick on the way. It looks good. It is good. 3:49 to go in the fourth quarter. Lightning strikes on a clear night in Whitley County. 3:49 left in the game. It's Delta 14, Columbia City 10 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the game. Delta about to kick it away, now leading 14-10 under 4 minutes to go in the game. High, end over end, buzzsaw, short kick, taken on the run at the 15, straight ahead, 20, 25, 30, to the 35 and beyond as the return man comes all the way to the 39-yard line. Another fine return that time on special teams by Stratton Fuller. And if you're scoring at home, only a freshman. Pretty talented. First and down and 10 at the 39. Game on the line. Misdirection gives. Sweep left. Here he comes to the near sideline. Tripped up after a gain of 2 out here was Barrera. Terrific play that time defensively by Delta. They got a nice open field trip up tackle that time by Braxton Russell. Second down, 8 yards to go. Handoff is inside, not much running room at all, only back to the line of scrimmage. Ben Morris and Logan Maynard put the paste on Sievers for no gain. Third down, 6 yards to go. Huge play with 2:59 to go. Columbia City ball at their own 43. Man in motion. Ball is on the ground. It's loose, and it's going to be falling on way back at the 35-yard line. A fumble and a -8 on a critical snap. And now it's going to be 4th and a mile. Well, if you are Columbia City, you almost have to go for it here with 2:30 to go in the game. Trailing 14-10, and they are going to go from their own 35. They need the 49. And now a whistle and a timeout taken. Brett Fox says, get over here. Let's talk it over. We'll take the break. 2:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. Delta 14, Columbia City 10 on the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. A huge down here. The game could be in the balance on this one. 4th down. 14 to go for Columbia City at their own 35. They must get to the 49 and beyond to keep the game going. They trail 14-10. A rollout, throw over the middle. It's caught for the first down at midfield. They needed 14. They got 15. Heron with the catch. Terrific throw from Piper. 1st and 10, Columbia City. 2:10 to go in the game. Right at midfield, ball on the far hash. That's the right side of the formation. Piper rolling, throwing to the sideline. Nearly picked off, but it's caught again by Heron. A gain of 8 to the 42-yard line. Wow, what a thrilling end to this one. 8-yard strike from Piper to Heron. Consecutive catches by Heron. Now the officials huddling for some reason. Heron's a senior, by the way, and we've got some kind of infraction against Columbia City. The flag was thrown around midfield. Wow, that must have been a blocking infraction on the rollout because it couldn't be much of anything else. They're going to back them up. 5-yard penalty. $1:59 left in the game. First down, 15 yards to go for Columbia City at their own 45-yard line, trailing Delta 14-10. Rolling right. Time to throw. Piper throwing deep. It's going to be nearly picked off. Is it picked off? It is picked off. Back in the backfield, a terrific play. Ian Renbarger with a diving interception of a ball that was a wounded duck. It looked like it slipped out of Piper's hands, perhaps, and now a flag late as the coach came over to give the official a mouth and earful, and he just got lit up. And that may be the game. Wow. Piper throws the interception, and Delta has the ball at their own 25-yard line. Man, oh man, Shevitz. Gigantic play. And in fairness to the young man, based on the wobble of the ball, it looked like it slipped out of his hands. I think he was trying to throw farther toward the sideline. This one ended up in the middle of the field. A penalty on top of it for unsportsmanlike conduct by Columbia City, and it's all the way to the 40-yard line. That's a costly 15 yards with 1:50 to go in a 14-10 game. Delta out in front. Let's see if they can seal the deal here. Bunching the formation. Whiteouts on either side. Under center goes Bond. Handoff straight ahead. Out to around the 45. It looked like it might have been Maynor. Let's see as they unpile. It was Maynor for 5 yards. You just give it to your big hoss and let that clock roll. Columbia City has a timeout remaining, Delta 2, and we're under 1:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Delta holds on to the ball, they're going to win the game. 2nd and 5. This has been a fantastic high school football game. Unbelievable. Bond waiting for the play clock to whittle down. It's at 7. It's at 6. He's under center. Sends a man in motion. Hands straight ahead. Maynor again gets the call. Picks up a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Maynor reminds me of the great Kyle Stevens out of that great Delta fullback pantheon. Pretty good player. 3rd and 4. And again, if you're Delta, you're going to burn this clock down as much as you can. There's about 23 seconds difference between the play clock and the game clock, and down with the play clock now under 5. They snap it. Handoff goes to Maynor. He powers his way to the stick and beyond. He's got a 1st down, and Delta's going to win this game. Maynor with a big 5-yard run, powered his way through the stick, and that should do it if you hold on to the snap. Terrific job. No way to stop it now. Clock winding down to the final 10 seconds. Delta is going to win this game in dramatic style. The final 2-1-0. This one is in the books. The final score. Delta comes from behind. They hold on to beat Columbia City. Delta 14, Columbia City 10. What a football game. Back with a quick post-game wrap-up after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. A 50-50 ball, an elbow to the ribs, a sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. What a thriller this one was tonight in Whitley County. This was like watching two really good boxers beat the you-know-what out of each other for most of 48 minutes. Delta wins in comeback, dramatic style. The final score, Delta 14, Columbia City 10. Here's how the scoring went in this thriller tonight in Columbia City. Scoreless game through one. Both teams dumped the scoreboard in the second quarter. Delta got on the board first on a quarterback keeper by Stitt, who was running the offense at the time. He took it 28 yards for a score into the left corner, front corner of the end zone on a great run. And at 10:37, following the Zion Griffiths kick, 7-0 Delta was the score. Second quarter, Columbia City gets on the board for the first time on a strange play. Their running back Barrera was headed for the end zone, lost the handle on the ball, and ended up in the end zone. And a teammate caught it, gobbled it up, picked it up. Touchdown. Peyton Shearer was Johnny on the spot. The kickoff or the extra point was good by Klefker. We were tied at 7, but just before halftime, capitalizing again on a Delta turnover, great field position. Columbia City gets a Klefker 28-yard field goal with just under 48 seconds to go. And at halftime, Columbia City went to the locker room with a 10-7 lead. We had a scoreless third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, it looked like it was going to be curtains for Delta. But their defense got some big plays late to get the ball back for the offense. And Delta capitalized late in the game. 3:49 of the fourth quarter, a 61-yard pass from Bond to Stitt for the touchdown. Griffiths added the PAT again, and that made it 14-10, and Delta made it hold up in the late going, and they come away tonight with an exciting 14-10 victory over a very good Columbia City football team. Who knows whether these two might meet again somewhere down the line in the state tournament in 4A, but man, terrific ball game here tonight, and one to write home about for the folks who were here at Gandy Field. Delta improves to 2-0. They're the number 8 team in this week's IFCA poll. They'll probably move up a little bit. Columbia City should still get votes, and they were knocking on the door of the top 10. They're a good football team. They'll go into week 3 with a record of 1-1. That'll do it for us tonight. Keep an eye on my Twitter feed at Delco Preps. I'll let you know about future game broadcast plans. But for now, that's going to do it for tonight. We will get down and talk to Chris Overholt. Hopefully get some video clips for you on Twitter and on the YouTube site, and see what the Delta head coach has to say about a great win tonight. For all of us at Beaver Media, I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for joining us tonight. Until next time, enjoy your weekend. Stay well, stay strong, stay in the fight against this COVID-19 pandemic. Get the shot. I said so. Until next time, have a great night, everybody.